The guy won't go down, he's got a chin.
Yo, CBC Boxing. Don't forget to subscribe, yeah? Straight boxing news. Hit up the Instagram, TBC_boxing. Let's go. So, it's exactly 1 week since Daniel Dubois' defeat against Joyce. You know, Joyce, for those who might not know, defeated Daniel Dubois in round 10. In a pretty close fight, in my opinion, until Dubois, quote-unquote, quit in the fight. But I'll get onto that a little bit later in this exact video. But I call the title of this video, They Kick You While You're Down. Because it's what I've been seeing, man. It's what I've been seeing. Because before the fight, right, everyone was praising Dubois, saying he was the next big thing. Praising his punching power. You know, the fact that he's in the gym, he's a boxing man. I think his family's in boxing. I think his sister's in boxing as well. So he comes from a boxing family. His dad knows Frank Bruno pretty well. I think his dad's in boxing in some capacity. To be fair, I'm not even sure if he was a ex-boxer or not, or if he was a manager or something. But he's in boxing anyway. He knows Frank Bruno. Now, straight after the fight, right, I seen an interview. This is the main interview I'm speaking about is Spencer Fearon's interview, right? Now, Spencer Fearon is pretty much said that Daniel Dubois quit and he's not going to come back. He's finished. That's what Spencer Fearon is saying, which I don't really necessarily agree with. And I'm kind of disappointed in Spencer Fearon's reaction to Dubois' defeat because, listen, without getting coming back, instead of to give him words of encouragement and maybe be like, yeah, I'm gonna pick up the phone. If you need anyone to speak to, give me a call. He's done all these interviews. I'm not even sure if he's thought about what he wanted to say, but he's been bashing Daniel Dubois, man. Kind of insulting his personality. Like, don't get me wrong, Daniel Dubois isn't the most savvy guy. You know what I'm saying? Talk about his social life. You know, he should watch the people around him. You know, kind of. You know, not really saying very, very nice things about Dubois. You know what I'm saying? A young guy at 23 years old, man. This is the time where he needs people to guide him, not people to bash him. You know what I'm saying? That's one issue I've had. Well, the main issue I've had really with the interviews. But at the same time, a lot of people are saying that Dubois is going to come back. I hope he does come back from this defeat. Obviously, to be fair, the fight wasn't even. It's not like he was getting bashed up or thumped up the whole 10 rounds, you know what I'm saying? The fight was close. You know, the scorecards, I think, had Dubois up. A lot of people had Dubois up maybe by a couple rounds, Joyce by a couple rounds. It was a very, very close fight. And obviously, he had the eye injury, which apparently is nerve damage now. Frank Ramon did say that he was going to release some pictures, I think maybe later today, because even Eddie Hearn, I heard an interview from Eddie Hearn and he was saying, they should release the scan, they should release the x-ray, because I guess some people are questioning whether it was nerve damage. You know, they're questioning the validity of the injury, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, people now all of a sudden they're trying to say, Dubois wasn't ready. But in my opinion, I think he was ready. I think the guy was ready. The guy was fast-tracked because he was bashing people up. It's that simple. He was doing well, and you know he was doing well in the Joyce fight. It's just that he got an injury, which happens in boxing, and in the manner of the defeat, the fact that he took a knee, they're now questioning whether he's, you know, is he built like that? You know what I'm saying? Is he built to be a boxer that's going to be at world level? Because there's levels to this in boxing. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this, and you know, he was quoting, I'm going back to Spencer, he's quoting Chris Eubank Sr., which fair enough. Listen, he's got his warrior code, right? And I think he showed a picture of Chris Eubank Sr. and he was bashed up. And he was like, listen, it would be worse for him to have quit. If you were talking long term, yeah, right? It would have been worse for Chris Eubank to have quit in the fight because the long term impact of quitting in that fight would have stayed with him forever. I think that's what he was trying to say. And going back to the interviews I've been watching, I'm a little bit concerned about a few things I've heard. I'd listened to an interview with his trainer Martin Bowers, and he was pretty much being straight up with it. I like it. I like Martin Bowe's character, to be honest with you, but he was pretty much saying Dubois on the mend, but he hasn't spoken to him since the defeat. And then, I also saw an interview with his assistant trainers, Ray and Andre. They didn't have their surnames. I'm not too sure if they're related. And they said that when they tried to get contact with Dubois, he was asleep. And I was thinking, that's very, very interesting, man. That that no one's made contact with him since that defeat. So is it now that his dad is perhaps protecting him? Maybe is it Dubois that says that he doesn't want to speak to him? He can't come out and speak on his defeat and say he'll be back. You know what I'm saying? And because Dubois is kind of hard to read when you're interviewing, you don't really know what he's made of. You don't know whether he's got the balls to carry on. And another concern that I've got with Dubois in his return to boxing is how, right, he came into boxing from a young age. Where his dad brought him through. So it's not like he has been like, you know what, I'm going to go into boxing and I'm going to put my all into it. It's like he's been molded to become a boxer, and he's seen the harsh reality of boxing. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a case where he's thinking, I'm not really up to it, man. I'm not up to it. If I got to go on with this, what happens if this happens again? I might not be able to see. This is difficult. It's a difficult situation with Dubois, man. It's just an injury at the end of the day. I think he's got the skills to go there, but now it's about mindset, man. And yeah. But this video is going a bit too long. I don't want to go on for too long. But what do you guys think? Do you think Dubois? Do you think the reaction's been a little bit harsh in relation to his defeat against Joyce? Or do you think it's justified? I want to see him return back into the ring and perform well, but whether he's got the mindset to do so, I'm not too sure. I'd have to see. I haven't heard. He hasn't come out. He hasn't. Oh yeah, Dubois hasn't even come out and said anything yet. You know what I'm saying? Joshua on that night done an IFLTV interview. Obviously he wasn't injured, but apparently he was concussed. But surely after an eye injury, you can still do an interview. You know what I'm saying? No one's heard from Dubois. CBC, I'm out.